許せ、サスケ。これで最後だ。
I didn't talk about this part of the episode in this review because it's really hard talking about it without spoiling anything from the manga. So yeah, that's basically it, and let's get into the review. Yo, this episode, like, it sliced me through the heart 2 times. It was so emotional. It was a great build-up episode for the arc. I mean, the arc pretty much started in this episode. I don't know if officially the arc starts next week or whatever, but I'm telling you, this is the start of the Momoshiki arc, an arc which explores the relationship of Naruto and Boruto, and clearly this was a crucial episode which showcased, you know, the thing that pissed off Boruto a lot. This episode was very emotional. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that the reason why I haven't uploaded yesterday is because I started watching Violet Evergarden, and I had time to make a video after watching a couple of episodes. I'm 6 episodes in right now, but it was so emotional. It's like it completely broke me, the anime. I said it yesterday on Twitter, so I apologize for not uploading yesterday. Not to mention that my last 3 videos are manga related, so I guess that most of you who stick only to the anime haven't seen me in a while. So I hope you're having a, I hope you had a good period recently, good 4 days. Anyway, that was very emotional. That was very emotional. Now, granted, it might give off an impression that it's kind of forced, but I'm gonna explain why this isn't forced. The fact that Naruto didn't attend Boruto's birthday. So here's the thing. If you pay close attention to this episode, you would see that at one point Naruto said, when she was talking with Shikamaru, that this mission, you know, this whole thing with the Otsutsuki clan, it's like a secret, like top class secret that nobody should know. Like nobody knows anything about it except Shikamaru, Naruto, and the other Kage. Which, in my opinion, I think that even Hinata doesn't know anything about this, and even Konohamaru, to be 100% honest. And it only makes sense that Naruto has to explore that whole Otsutsuki related thing. Now, it was stated that the ruins that were found in this episode, or whatever, it was stated that it was the 3rd time. Now, obviously, I remember during Naruto the Last that movie was canon. In case you skipped it, they found these Otsutsuki ruins, right? That was the 1st time. The thing we saw in this episode, that was probably like the 3rd ruin that they were referring to. Am I missing something? Where's the 2nd one? Or was Naruto? I don't know. That part kind of confuses me. If somebody can like explain it, I'd really appreciate it. And anyway, going back to, you know, Naruto missing Boruto's birthday, it's something that he had to attend. Obviously, it was never. I don't think it was stated in this episode that he was, you know, investigating the Otsutsuki related stuff, but he probably was. And you know, he can't say anything about it because obviously it's a secret. Now, Boruto did get pissed in this episode, which is completely understandable. Now, I know that some people still can't understand his character. I guess it's easier for me because I can relate to Boruto. But I mean, if you still say that he's a brat for no reason, you are objectively wrong. Literally, there's no I respect your opinion bullcrap here. You're objectively wrong if you think that Boruto is just an annoying brat for no reason. I mean, the kid used to spend a lot of time with his dad when they were small. Suddenly Naruto becomes the Hokage. He pretty much disappears from Boruto life. He only comes late at night and doesn't even eat with the family most of the times. And he missed his son's birthday. Now, he didn't forget about it, but he did miss it. Now, since this is a secret mission investigation or whatever, Naruto can say it to Boruto. This really gives off the Itachi Uchiha massacre, you know, vibes. Obviously, I'm not saying that those two are the same things, but you know, that was a secret, and Itachi didn't talk to anybody about it. He killed the whole clan. And eventually Sasuke learned the truth and all that, and eventually Boruto is going to learn the truth about Naruto and all that. As I said, completely different situations, but it's very, very similar. And it's, you know, the ironic thing is that, you know, once Itachi was dying, I mean, for the second time when he was in his Edo Tensei form, I think one of the lines, obviously at the end, he said to Sasuke, "I will love you always," or something like that. My man Itachi. Anyway, but I think he also said, "Perhaps if I told you the truth, you could have changed everything." And it would be really interesting seeing Naruto at the end of this arc regretting that he didn't say everything from the start to Boruto. But I don't know. It's kind of different because, you know, I mean, Sasuke is obviously going to do that. We all saw the movie. He's going to explain everything. But, you know, I guess I'm wrong. It shouldn't be Naruto saying, you know, I'm a hero, I'm a god, and all that. I went through some hard shit. I think it's better that, you know, Sasuke does it, which will happen later on. So, yeah, I apologize for that. But anyway, I really wanted to make that comparison here. Now, you know, when Boruto was in his room and when he saw the gift from Naruto and he said, "Sorry, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know that I'm always 100% honest in all of my reviews." I legit started crying because, you know, Boruto, from, like, I'm referring, excluding Naruto, because Naruto is my favorite character of the entire franchise. If we look at the next gen only, Boruto is my favorite character, like one of the characters that I relate to the most. I'm referring to the anime, like all anime that I saw so far, and I relate to him in many, many ways. And I think, you know, you guys know that video that I used to promote 100 million times, you know, the video titled "The Truth About Boruto Uzumaki." I genuinely mean everything I said in that video. And in that video, which was many months ago, I said that, you know, Boruto obviously has his own feelings, right? He cares about himself, right? But mostly he cares about his family, you know, Hinata Himawari. And that got confirmed in this episode. He said, "You better not miss Himawari's birthday." And, you know, just talking about all of that makes me very, very emotional. I was, you know, tearing up at all these scenes. Actually, I wasn't tearing up. I legit cried so much, and then I lost all tears. I'm not even joking. It was just really emotional, you know. And it's easier for me to, I mean, I relate to everything, so it's kind of easier for me to understand. But I think that this episode pretty much should make it obvious that there are some problems within the Uzumaki household. You can't really blame anybody. Boruto is acting naturally. He's even, I'd say, mature, because a lot of kids would totally get pissed. But no, he's like, "I don't care if you missed my birthday." Obviously, he cares, but he, you know, doesn't want to admit it. But don't miss Himawari's birthday. And that shit was just beautiful. I mean, this episode is one of my favorite episodes of the series so far. Just that emotional impact, it's just crazy, you know. And as I said, I just watched Violet Evergarden yesterday, you know, and, you know, it's fucking too much. I gotta watch some comedy anime, to be honest. Right now, I need to change my mood when it comes to watching anime currently. But anyway, yeah, that was all done very, very well. I especially liked the interactions between Sarada and Boruto in this episode. Obviously, during their first mission and during a lot of episodes, we constantly saw them arguing, but nothing too serious. It was just natural, childish stuff, right? And in this episode, you could see that Sarada is very worried for Boruto because she also has some issues regarding her father. I mean, issues. They got solved. She understands everything. And one scene in particular that caught my attention was when Sarada and Boruto were talking, obviously, when they were entering that cave or whatever. I don't really know what that thing was. And at one point, I think Konohamaru and Mitsuki were in front and they said something, and, you know, Sarada and Boruto had to go forward, right? And you could clearly see that Sarada wanted to tell him so many things, but it wasn't the right moment. The situation is so complicated, so she was like, "Grow up." But she didn't say it in a bitchy way, right? She said it was like the only thing she could have said at that moment. But it's really interesting seeing how, you know, she's very, you know, worried about Boruto, and, you know, overall a really warm episode. You know, a lot of feelings were put into it from all sides. You know, Naruto talking about the village and how everybody's his family, him putting his arm on Boruto's head and then smiling afterwards. Like, it was just beautiful. It was, I mean, I'm not even joking, beautiful. Beautiful is the word that I would use for most of the scenes that happened in this episode. And, yeah, I mean, even that moment when, you know, Himawari and Boruto were talking, because obviously Himawari is younger than Boruto. She doesn't understand all of these things, and Boruto was like, Naruto is definitely gonna be there for your birthday. Y'all know what's gonna happen about that, but anyway, really, like, you could see that the tone of the series overall is kind of changing. It changed in this episode, and yeah, this is it, the Momoshiki arc. We all saw it in the movie. Most of us read it in the manga. I didn't, but most of the people did. It's gonna, you know, be here for the third time, but it's gonna be expanded. A lot of stuff is gonna be added. And speaking of things that are gonna be added, let's talk about why ZETSU appearing in this episode. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just want to say this straight away. I watched Naruto when I was like 10 years old, right? In 2010. First 50 episodes were constantly aired, and you know, I found I didn't want to continue watching because they were airing the first 50 episodes here in Serbia. A couple of years later, well, it was 2016, October, I started watching Naruto again, and I finished the entire series by December. And in December of 2016, more specifically on the 30th of December, I uploaded my first video to YouTube on this channel. The thing I'm trying to say is that I finished 720 episodes in 2 months. That's a lot of, you know, minutes consumed in a very short period. So this whole thing with White Zetsu, you know, the ghetto statue and all that, I might have missed some information. I'm gonna have to rewatch a lot of these episodes, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I was confused. I don't know what to say about those ruins. We saw that that symbol with like 9 circles or whatever. And if you remember from Naruto Shippuden, I mean, I found this picture. I'm gonna have it on the screen. You can see the ghetto statue and all these symbols. So does that mean that the ghetto statue was here before? Again, I'm really sorry, but that part got me a little confused, and I will have to rewatch a lot of things because I don't know what to say about it. Also, White Zetsu, how is he here? Now, I'm gonna say sort of a theory right now, but maybe it can be debunked pretty easy if I'm missing something. But this White Zetsu could be some, if quote unquote, other Zetsu, because obviously, you know, Black Zetsu was sealed, right? I'm pretty sure that the ghetto statue was also sealed within, you know, that whole chaos situation that happened with Kaguya at the end of Shippuden, and White Zetsu was, I think, defeated or whatever. And the thing is, these White Zetsus, they don't even look like regular White Zetsus, if you get what I mean. They don't seem to be talking. They just do those weird monster-like voices. So what if Kaguya had a backup plan for these Zetsus to appear? Because obviously she was planning, you know, to fight against Urashiki, Momoshiki, and Kinshiki eventually at one point, which is why she created the Zetsu army, the White Zetsu army. But these Zetsus, they are like sort of different. So what if this was her backup plan? I really don't know. Again, maybe I missed something from Naruto, or from Naruto Shippuden, not Naruto. But if I did, please correct me in the comment section, because as I said, I watched 720 episodes in 2 fucking months. Plus Naruto the Last and Boruto the movie. So, yeah, that whole thing got me very, very confused. At the start of the episode, once we saw, you know, White Zetsu in darkness or whatever, you know, his eyes were red and all that, glowing. I thought, like, for a second, I thought that was Urashiki. But then I was like, he wouldn't be in this cave for no reason, you know, next to all of these bandits. But, you know, before White Zetsu was revealed at the end of the episode, during the episode itself, Naruto mentioned at one point, he said, like, he mentioned White Zetsu, and as soon as he said that, I was like, yeah, it's definitely gonna be White Zetsu. And yeah, looks like White Zetsu is gonna fight against Team 7 in the next episode. I mean, these other White Zetsus, if that makes sense, because I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, I don't even know, this shit got me a little bit confused, and I apologize for that. Not the most professional thing from a reviewer. So, yeah guys, honestly, as I said, the emotional impact of this episode was just magnificent. A great build-up episode for the rest of this arc. Mystery introduced at the start of the arc, that's always good, because it makes you want to watch the next episode, which is White Zetsu and these Otsutsuki ruins. the soundtrack that plays during this episode. I don't know if it was the first time that this soundtrack was shown in the anime, was played in the anime, but it was just beautiful. And overall, this episode, as I said, is one of my favorite episodes of the entire series. So naturally, I am gonna give it a 10 out of 10. And honestly, guys, it's just gonna get better. It's honestly, you saw that preview. I'm probably gonna make a separate video about it because the preview got me even more confused. So I kind of need to watch it once more and maybe rewatch some stuff from Naruto or whatever. I don't know. But the thing is, I might make a separate video about it, so I'm not gonna talk about it now. I still think we're gonna see Sasuke at the end of the episode, even though he wasn't shown in the preview. But then again, as I said, I will probably make a video about it. That was your boy Hokage. Twitter and Discord links are in the description below. If you're new to this channel and if you're into Boruto, consider subscribing, because right now we're getting into some of the best quality content that is related to Boruto. That was your boy Hokage, and I will see you in my next video. Boruto greatness.